Well, hello, everybody. Linda Wilson here at Learn to Transcribe. Uh, we have the pleasure today of having an interview with Miss Bridgitt Myers. And I want to turn it over to Bridgitt now and let her introduce herself, tell us a little about herself. And so go ahead, Bridgitt, whenever you're ready.
Hi, Linda. How are you?
Good, thank you.
I'm Bridgitt Myers. I'm from Breckenridge, Michigan. It actually is a little village. It is in the middle of the mitten. I have two sons, three grandchildren, ages 7, 4, and 1. I have previously owned and operated a farm with my husband for a little over 30 years. The boys have recently taken it over. I'm still active in the farm somewhat. I have worked at my father's small family business for over 30 years as well. With his recent passing, the business did not continue on. I have been medical transcription for approximately 7 to 10 years. I come to find out that that is a very dying field. Um, I raced cars from the time I was 16 years old until the time I was 21 when I had my first son. I was raised mainly at a drag strip. My father raced from the time I was born until the time he passed away a couple years ago. That's about it of my life.
Well, you said that you worked at your father's business. What kind of business was it?
With my father's business, we installed the big 30,000 gallon propane tanks that say the little trucks that come to your house to fill up your propane tank, they fill at this big propane tank.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so we installed the big propane tanks for these other companies.
Interesting. And you said that you worked with your husband. I think you said farming. What type of farming did you do? Did you
We
raise
did
crops or animals or both or what?
we had cash crops. We have raised soybeans, sugar beets, corn, white beans, pinto beans. The boys are now down to just corn and soybeans, but we have raised all those different types of crops.
Interesting. Well, what that tells me about you as a person, you have a good work ethic and you have a good responsibility type character to yourself, and you like to see things planted and go to fruition. And so that leads me into the training that you did with me, the litigation transcription. Between a deposition and a trial, which one do you think you like the best?
Um, I would enjoy the trials. I
I
liked
thought so.
the start to the end.
You like to see it start and find out all the way to conclusion. And that's because that's the way farming operates. And so I think that's kind of interesting. Well, you took my training. I'm not sure how you found me, just in a Google search, or how did you find me to start with?
I did find you in a Google search. I did a Google search. I had found, I think, one other one that I looked at, and I said no right away. I remember giving you a phone call. I remember we talked for 2 hours, close to 2 hours or 2 hours.
You had a
Um,
lot of questions, and I answered every one of them to my best of my ability. I wanted you to feel comfortable, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, you're okay. Um, I'm sure that I told you more of my life background than what you really wanted to hear. But by the time I got off the phone, I realized that you were very passionate of what you're doing and training people to come out and be a successful, also an accurate legal transcription.
Very,
Um,
very much accuracy. Accuracy to me in this type of work is it's absolutely critical. We have to be accurate.
yeah.
But yeah, I remember our conversation. It just kind of went on for a long time. But you had told me, if I recall, during that you had taken some court reporting training, steno training, and that's kind of what we carried our conversation over into that because I'm a steno court reporter. And so you do know how to read steno, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you told me you do have a case catalyst, you have a
Yes.
CAT system. And, but what you're wanting to do for the immediate future, at least, is transcribe into Word, the Word program, maybe. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes. Um, I believe that I should get some of that under my belt before I concentrate on how to perfection. I don't know if I should say perfectionist, but run the catalyst, be able to run that better.
Right. Well, you can always come back later and learn more about your case cat system, and you can actually transcribe in there. The problem that we find sometimes is taking it out of cat and bringing it into Word sometimes doesn't work really well if you don't know how to manipulate your templates or whatever. And I've had trouble with that myself. I can take a file created in Word and it'll pull just great into Case Catalyst and then apply my layout. But when I try to go the opposite way, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But for for now, you'll be working in the Word program. You don't use Word Perfect at all, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay. I was just asking because we do have some clients out there that like to use Word Perfect, and occasionally, we'll find people who have different systems that they know, and you just happen to know Word and Case Catalyst. Okay. I think that's great. But for your future from here forward, tell me kind of what you're looking for in terms of uh, part-time, full-time, that kind of thing, quantity of work that you would prefer. If you could wave your little magic wand, what would you love to see for yourself? And just tell us about that.
I'd really like to have it full time.
I love to stay busy working when I'm not with my sons and my grandkids. I want to be working. That's just the way I am. It's the way I've been for quite a while. I guess maybe it stems back from the farm. I, you know, yeah. So I'm excited to get going. I'm ready to hit it hard, go full time, make a good living for myself. I was, like I said, I was previously a medical transcriptionist. I was stuck in a rut there. It's not a way to make a living. It's
Would you describe yourself as kind of a workaholic?
yes.
I
I,
kind of thought so. Okay. Well, there are so many companies out there that love to find workaholics that are, they can rely on them and count on them to get their work back to them as agreed. And I think that is a very good trait to have. Excellent. Well, you did great when you went through my training. And just curious, what did you think about it in terms of the program and the, what you learned? Do you feel like you're ready, totally ready to go out there and work now? You've been fully trained well enough, and then the cost of it. Um, just tell us how you felt about it, unrehearsed.
okay. Yes, I believe the cost of the course is definitely on. It is. You definitely get your money's worth. Um, I learned a whole lot. I love the videos, um, the the lecture part of it. I love the videos. So lots of times if I can see somebody else doing it, that's how I learn the best. And then I do it in turn. I love that versus it just being all on paper and you have to follow 1, 2, 3, 4 down because sometimes you might
Mm-hmm.
miss a step. Not. I think the course is laid out very, very well. Um, and you did a wonderful job. You
Well,
did
thank you.
a
Thank
wonderful
you.
job. It is you definitely set up a person for success if the person has the drive, do I want to say, to be successful. I mean, that you've definitely did a wonderful job. And I believe that anybody that's on the fence of joining this course, they need to jump off the fence and get going on it because it's definitely worth it.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I tried my best to think, you know, what would I want if I was learning this? What would I want someone to show me? And it sounds like you like the how-to video, step by step, and that's what I do. And I have a lot of them in there, and I'm showing you inch by inch so that if you mess up something, it's okay. Let me show you how to fix it. And as I've said in the course a few times, knowing how to fix something is almost as important as knowing how to do it, because this is technology based, a technology driven industry, and you've got to learn a lot of different things about technology that goes along with it, as well as all this tedious punctuation and getting all of the the, we'll just call it, I don't even know what you want to say, but getting all of the parts and pieces to come together. And at the end, that's what you have. And then the next step now is to get you into an apprenticeship. And I've got a few leads on that, and we'll be back soon to get you interviewed and get you out working ASAP. And I'm just so proud of you, Miss Bridgitt. I think you did a wonderful job, and you're going to make someone an excellent employee. I really do believe that. You're committed and you're driven and you have a strong work ethic, and you know what you're doing. And
Okay,
you
and
take
I
criticism, you
I
take feedback and criticism well too. You know, you take it and you learn from it and you go, oh, oops, okay, I know what I did wrong. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to work on it. And you do. And that is a good, excellent thing that I saw with you. I like that you actually liked the feedback you got through my course, and you get a lot of that too.
yes, you get a lot of feedback. You are very easy to reach, very
Yeah,
easy to reach.
I try.
You do an excellent job of it. You are you put your heart into it.
Right. I have put my heart into it, and I want to have more people coming out uh, that are up at the higher level, not just somebody who, just ran through a course and says, okay, hire me, hire me, hire me. I want these people like you to really actually know what they're doing and be out the gate ready to go. And so I know you are. And I can't wait to hear what happens.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm ready.
Well, I'm going to let you go for now. And thanks so much for your time. And we'll be chatting. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Linda.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.